right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Creepy crawlers spreading from student to student. Tonight we verify the school rules on head lice.
Jacket weather in the morning, then the warmest afternoon of the week. Plus, I'm timing out slim shower chances.
Our top story, property tax freeze. Tonight, a thumbs up to give St. Louis County seniors a big break. Who qualifies and what this means for the county's coffers. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Just hours ago, the council approved the property tax freeze, but stressed seniors will still have to pay taxes. Our Brent Solomon is live in St. Louis County now with reaction and what will happen from here. Brent.
Mike, if County Executive Sam Page approves this measure starting next year, seniors in the county 67 years and older will be able to apply for this property tax freeze. That's on next year's taxes. Tonight, we heard from those for it, against it, and those with concerns.
This is about Missouri's values, and the question is whether St. Louis County's Council values its seniors. Seniors who have seen their property values go up 50% in North County and 20% on average across the county.
The head of Mo Tax Relief Now pleading county council members should move forward with their reworked proposal to pass tax relief for nearly 90% of homeowners age 67 and older in the county. Tuesday night, leaders listened.
It is about helping senior citizens get through the rest of their life and living in their homes, staying in their homes.
I still don't think it's good public policy. You're not going to change the fact that you're going to be giving one set of the population a special tax deal. It's not eligible for everybody.
After hearing those for and against it, County Council approved a property tax freeze for seniors 67 and older. If your home is worth $550,000 or less, you won't have to pay more when your tax bill comes in next year.
It's not a tax cut, it's a tax freeze. Seniors will continue to pay the taxes that they're paid today. So if they're paying $1,000 today, next year they'll pay $1,000 again. What they won't pay is the inflated rate based on future assessments.
If the county council can't do for the seniors in St. Louis County what they did for Boeing, then I think anybody that's up for re-election next year should be voted out.
All right, this move comes as the county executive is looking at raising property tax rates to about $22 per home on average. Some county leaders now saying seniors don't deserve that headache. We're live in St. Louis County. Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
St. Louis County joined St. Charles, Jackson, and Greene counties in passing a senior property tax freeze. The city of St. Louis and Jefferson County are also considering similar measures. New video tonight showing the arrest of St. Louis County Police Officer Matthew McCulla. This is just moments after witnesses say he fired several shots and threatened parents and kids at a trunk or treat event on Sunday. McCulla was in court today where he pleaded not guilty to 11 felony charges. His attorney told the judge his client is in urgent need of mental health treatment. The 39-year-old son of former St. Louis County prosecutor Bob McCulla is being held until a bond hearing next week. According to court documents, McCulla yelled, "You're all going to die," before firing dozens of shots in the air during Sunday's event at North Kirkwood Middle School. Right now, he's on unpaid administrative leave from the department. Tonight, diplomacy delayed. President Biden is on his way to Israel and should arrive overnight, but is postponing his meeting with Middle East leaders after the tragedy at a Gaza hospital. Palestinian officials say hundreds of people were killed in the bombing that killed patients and those seeking shelter. Hamas blames an Israeli airstrike. It's led to protests across the Middle East tonight. President Biden will still meet with Israeli leaders in a sign of solidarity. He will also look to get humanitarian aid into Gaza and focus on ways that American hostages can come home. The president is expected to arrive in Israel overnight, and we'll bring you live coverage from NBC News when that happens. More than 6,000 miles away from Israel, in St. Charles, a local restaurant is hosting a fundraiser with a big undertaking. Novelis will partner with a Chabad Jewish Center of St. Charles to go kosher in accordance with Jewish law for just one night. Co-owner Robert Affolter says all the war coverage in Israel inspired him to help.
To my heart, I cried. I was all by myself, and I just had to do something.
When you see evil, when you see darkness, don't just stand or sit on the sidelines. That's your moment to say and to support and to really show up for humanity.
Novellas will be closed on Monday by 3 o'clock for the restaurant to be specially cleaned and prepped for the kosher dinner event on Wednesday, October 25th. All donations up to $50,000 will be matched. You can get the latest developments on Israel's war with Hamas on KSDK.com. You just text the word Israel to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link.
You just letting murderers go. That's why people kill every single day. Justice system is a joke.
Tonight, a grieving grandmother is reacting to the news that the man who murdered her son and 7-year-old granddaughter will only serve a 10-year prison sentence. Javon Nettles pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for the January 2021 shooting deaths of Demaya Fleming and her father, Darian. He was originally charged with first-degree murder, but prosecutors under Kim Gardner's leadership refiled the charges twice because they needed more time. Current St. Louis Circuit Attorney Gabe Gore says he recognizes the family's pain.
Believe that the outcome of a 10-year sentence is perfect. It's certainly not perfect justice. It was, in this case, the best outcome we felt we could obtain.
Nettles could be eligible for parole in 6.5 years. A second suspect in the case awaits trial. Tomorrow, a unique team of volunteers is banding together to bring brighter porch lights to some St. Louis neighborhoods. As Robert Townsend explains, the free distribution is aimed at keeping the areas safe.
It's small, but I think it's the small things that can really uplift the community.
St. Louis Alderman Rasheed Aldridge is excited about a new project to light up neighborhoods in his 14th ward.
I think also it kind of brings some beautification to the neighborhood.
On Wednesday afternoon, Alderman Aldridge, nearly 50 volunteers with Ameren, Missouri, and St. Louis City soccer players Joaquim Nilsson and Nico Joaquini will team up at DeSoto Park near 20th and Carr, north of downtown. Once there, they will go door to door and pass out 500 free LED light bulbs in this Carr Square neighborhood.
These are going to be bright lights. Your neighbor's going to have them. The whole block's going to be lit up.
Aldridge hopes giving away the porch lights will help keep the neighborhood safe and deter crime.
When you're walking down the street, if you're going around the corner and you just see all these bright lights, it make you feel a little bit safer.
Plus, he says the energy-efficient light bulbs should help people save money on their electric bills.
We may be post-COVID, but people are still struggling.
The group will also pass out the free lights to people living here in the Hyde Park neighborhood. Residents I talked to really believe it's a win-win for them.
It's just a good thing.
I think it would definitely help in regards to bringing more visibility to the community.
A simple community project the alderman and his team hope will go a long way. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
The volunteers will distribute the porch lights in the Carr Square and Hyde Park neighborhoods tomorrow afternoon from 3 until 5. A crumbling property in the Dutchtown neighborhood went up for auction in a tax sale this morning. Back in March, the back wall of the vacant 2-story home on Keokuk Street collapsed. Monica Robinson lives next door. She says the bricks destroyed part of her fence and caused damage to her home. The city says it would be up to Robinson and the new owner to pay for repairs.
I shouldn't have to pay for anything because I'm a homeowner. I've been in my home for 30 years. My home was paid for. So I shouldn't have to pay for anything.
Robinson says the home has been vacant for 20 years. Sad news tonight from the St. Louis Zoo. Ronnie, one of the zoo's 9 Asian elephants, has died. Zookeepers say the 27-year-old animal collapsed inside the elephant barn Friday. They believe Ronnie became upset after the other elephants outside were agitated by a loose dog. Ronnie came to the zoo in 2001 and birthed 3 calves with Raja. Well, we are about 8 weeks into the school year and viruses are spreading, but in some schools, so are parasites. As 5 on Your Side viewer asked the Verify team about the rules when it comes to sending kids home from school. Here's Ann Allred with what parents need to know.
Creepy, crawly, itchy, head lice. The CDC says 6 to 12 million infestations happen every year, mostly in elementary school kids. 5 on Your Side viewer Jessica from Chesterfield asked the Verify team, do kids with head lice have to be sent home from school? Jessica, let's verify. Our sources, the CDC, the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, the Illinois State Board of Education, and the Department of Public Health, and the National Association of School Nurses. All of our sources say head lice can be a nuisance, but they have not been shown to spread disease, and that personal hygiene or cleanliness in the home or school has nothing to do with getting head lice. For the purposes of this Verify, we are talking about live lice, not the eggs. Live lice can't jump or fly, only crawl to their next host, using their specialized claws to grasp human hair. The education departments in the state of Illinois and Missouri and the CDC all agree. Students diagnosed with live head lice do not need to be sent home early from school. They should go home at the end of the day and return to class after treatment has begun. The National Association of School Nurses argues families are overcorrecting when it comes to treatment, and that no live lice policies in schools cause unnecessary school absences for students and loss of parent work days and family wages. We can verify students diagnosed with live head lice do not have to be sent home early from school. The CDC and state of Missouri and Illinois recommend the child go home at the end of the day and return to school after their first treatment.
What would you like us to verify? Send an email to verify@ksdk.com. Scammers upping their game on social media.
I almost feel for the painting one because it was something different from what I saw before.
The top tricks to look out for and why young people in Missouri and Illinois are more at risk. Earbuds versus headphones. From the best quality to the best price. You'll want to be all ears on what Consumer Reports found.
More autumn chill by morning, warm and breezy tomorrow afternoon, and plus I'll time out when you may see a quick shower.
Tonight at the U.S. Capitol, the House of Representatives remains without a speaker. It's been exactly 2 weeks since Kevin McCarthy was voted out. Today, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan lacked 17 votes from fellow Republicans during the first round of voting. A second vote is scheduled for tomorrow morning. The House can't approve bills until a speaker is chosen. A consumer alert tonight for young adults. The Better Business Bureau reports scammers on social media are targeting people ages 18 to 24, especially in the Midwest. The scammers try to get your personal information through direct messages asking about content promotion and collaboration. The BBB Scam Tracker reports more than 1,000 people in Missouri have reported these scams and have lost more than $2 million overall.
I would say specifically with the influencer economy type scams, the Midwest has been a real breeding ground. There are a lot of theories for why that might be. Some of the most prominent seem to stem from that like Midwestern nice.
The BBB advises social media users to be extremely skeptical of direct message requests. Some of the top tactics of scammers include asking for money to elevate your account, asking you to purchase a product to do a social media review. The company doesn't exist on other platforms. They have under 100 followers, and this is unique. They may even ask to paint a mural of you. Despite inflation, consumers are expected to spread more holiday cheer this season. The 2023 Deloitte Holiday Retail Survey found shoppers will spend on average of $1,600. That's 14% more than last year and surpasses pre-pandemic levels. The survey also found shoppers may indulge more on themselves. Earbuds and headphones are a popular holiday gift. There are several types and styles to consider, and tonight experts at Consumer Reports are helping you choose the right pair without breaking the bank. Elias Arias has been testing audio equipment like headphones at Consumer Reports for nearly 20 years.
We have trained listeners who listen to hundreds of models, and we compare them to references. We judge the sound quality and the noise canceling performance.
CR also looks at the fit and how the headphones are to use. The good news, there are great picks at every price point.
I own many styles of headphones, on-ear, over-ear, in-ear, earbuds, and I use what works best for the activity that I'm doing.
For example, for exercising, he'd choose
something that's lightweight and fits securely around my ears and is also moisture resistant.
Like this sports pair from Sennheiser, which has very good
sound quality and scored excellent for predicted reliability and owner satisfaction.
And if you're someone who really is critical about the quality of the sound, then you'll want a headphone that gives you the finest detail. And those are the models at the top of our ratings that produce excellent sound quality.
Like the Grado SR80X.
If you're someone who likes to travel a bit and commute, consider a noise canceling model.
The Soundcore Life Q20 is a good choice. It has great sound quality and outstanding noise cancellation.
If you're into noise canceling headphones, I think it's great to know that in our experience, the technology has improved significantly.
CR's labs are seeing more models with excellent noise canceling performance than ever before, so don't be surprised if your next pair of noise canceling headphones are even better at canceling noise.
Consumer Reports recommends trying headphones out before buying them. If not, make sure you check the return policy. Well, he's known for his role in Game of Thrones, Aquaman, and Frontier, but tonight he's the talk of De Pere. Hollywood actor Jason Mamoa stopped at Schnucks to promote his new vodka called Meili. Well, there wasn't just a line out the door for this, but a crowd filled the entrance, the side of the building, and even spilled onto the sidewalk of the property. We squeezed our way to the front to catch up with the first couple in line.
I love him in all his films, but I'm more of a fan of his personality.
I love what he does since then, like how he helps people, how he's really into Hawaii.
Tomorrow, he'll be at the Deerbergs in Crestwood from 10 a.m. to 11:30, and at Total Wine and More in Chesterfield, that's from 2 until 3:30. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is in for Scott. He joins us now with that weather first forecast, and what we need, Jim, is more days like we had today.
Yeah, a little bit of LA weather, and Aquaman's not bringing any rain to the area
that's good.
at all. Yeah, it's today's high was 70, and we started out in the 30s outside of St. Louis. So definitely very dry airs in place, but tonight a southerly wind makes it a little bit milder and less fog is expected. Had a little bit of river fog this morning and also patchy frost in some areas, but 71% on that humidity now, 53 degrees, a calm wind, and there's that high today of 70. 69 is the average high, and that low of 43 below the average of 49. Record high 91. All right, the lows tonight not as cold, so outside of St. Louis, lower 40s, about 48 in St. Louis, not as chilly. And then we have on the satellite radar shot a few high clouds streaming into the area. But let's take a look further north, right around the U.S.-Canadian border here and into North Dakota, South Dakota. There's a little bit of moisture with a front coming our way. So put the futurecast into motion. Here's the front. Again, not a lot of moisture to deal with, but we do have a few showers, Gasconade County through Pike County, Lincoln County, probably late in the evening. And then into St. Louis, look how it forms right around the metro about 9 o'clock. So I'd say anywhere between 5 p.m. to the west and about midnight to the east when we have that chance of seeing maybe a little bit of measurable precip, not a lot, probably a tenth of an inch or less in most areas. And you can see that from the potential rainfall from this one particular model. Not a lot expected with that front. Then the next day, here we go into Thursday, probably some sunshine early, then 67 for that high. And then a piece of energy comes around and gets us cloudy again as we get into Thursday. So recapping Wednesday, clouds increase. We definitely have a breezy day, about 75, so our warmest day of the week. An evening shower is more likely now. And then for Thursday, cloudy start. Then we have breezy weather for Thursday, but 67 for the high. 10-day forecast looks like this. Temperatures at about 67 Thursday. As we get into Friday, Mike, lots of sunshine, a beautiful day. And then Saturday, it's a little bit more on the breezy side, plenty of sunshine at about 70. Some of the models take us a little higher than that. By Sunday, cooler again, about 67. Monday, a chance of a morning shower, 69. But by Tuesday, back to 75, 73 Wednesday. And as we get into the very end, finally by Friday, and possibly into the next weekend, it looks like much, much cooler weather could be coming our way.
All right, Jim, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Mike, Coach Drink doesn't want his players reading positive press clippings. The Diamondbacks don't want to face the Phillies lineup, and we're playing hit and run with Andy Van Slyke.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
Remember when you were a kid and you went to a store around Christmas and you dreamed of that toy and that toy? Kind of like Mike Bush now when he walks into a Bentley dealership. Well, it's also a lot like the last place Cardinals now when they watch the playoffs. Exhibit A, free agent to be, Aaron Nola, the Phillies. All he did tonight was go 6 innings, struck out 7 Diamondbacks, and allowed no runs. He's #1 on my wish list. Then the Phillies do what they do. Hit home runs. First Trey Turner, and then Kyle Schwarber, not once but twice. He tied my guy Reggie Jackson at 18 for most postseason homers by a left-handed hitter. Phillies win it 10-0. They lead the series 2-0. So the brass of the basketball Billikens were in Brooklyn today for the Atlantic 10 Media Day. SLU, who lost a lot of talent, was picked to finish 6th. We will see. Plus, Gibson Jimerson, who has scored over 1,300 points, was named to the preseason all-conference first team. Travis Ford flew back and conducted an evening practice with the squad, and this one was a little different. It was an invitation for some Billiken fans to get involved with the Billiken Victory Fund. This is the collective that raises money for name, image, and likeness, an opportunity for college athletes at SLU to get paid. So what does a coach tell a recruit nowadays?
The coaches can relay previous NIL deals, so they can say, hey, we have a collective. We've financially supported this player or that player in the past, but they cannot, per NCAA rules, detail financial payments in the future. So that's where we come in. That's where the collective comes in. We meet with the recruits and the players and say, hey, here's what we're capable of doing.
I really challenge our guys to refrain from searching out the praise on social media and becoming numb to improvement. You know, we really have to improve and be uncomfortable to continue to grow, and that's really what our team needs to do.
We often play hit and run with a sports celebrity. It's rapid fire Q&A. And I would say playing in 3 All-Star games and winning 5 Gold Gloves qualifies Andy Van Slyke. And we will also get marital advice for free on this segment. So you've just hit the big 6-0. I'm wondering if I give you 10 pitches, 80-mile-an-hour fastballs, how many line drives would you hit right now?
Line drives?
Yeah.
I'd be happy to make contact. You know, 14 operations and a new hip and 4 knee operations, I'd be happy about that.
Can't choose yourself center fielder to catch 1 ball in history.
No, Willie Mays.
What athlete would you love to dine with in baseball history?
Lou Gehrig.
You just celebrated your 40th anniversary. Keys to a great marriage?
That's easy. It's not honey, I love you. It's honey, I'm sorry.
Cardinals wish list. You can have 1 player, 1 free agent this offseason. What do you think?
Oh, man. Snell.
Pitch clock, 1 to 10. What would you give it and why?
I would say I'd give it about an 8. It really sped up the game. The fact that we lost almost 30 minutes from the previous year.
Final thought. How much would you pay me if I could make you 27 again playing baseball?
Well, the fact if I was 27 a free agent, I'd give you 10% of my $300 million.
And Mike, you know him well. I've always thought that he's one of the best athletes I've ever known. In addition to being a great baseball player, he can put his elbow on the rim, was a great basketball player, and he became a scratch golfer in about 3 years. This guy could do everything.
And he's very frank when you have a discussion with him. And I want to know, he mentioned Blake Snell. That name hasn't even come up when talking about possible Cardinal free agents. Why not?
Well, I think he's going to be out of the Cardinals' price range, and I think the Padres...
And Aaron Nola won't be?
Well, I think the Padres can do everything possible to keep him. All these guys are unlikely because they're all in great situations. Jordan Montgomery, a great one in Texas. Nola, a great one in Philly. And Snell, a great one in San Diego. We'll see what happens. They got to get one of them, though.
They've got to get somebody for sure.
Yep.
All right, Frank, thanks. Well, it's an age-old debate in the Show Me State. Tonight, the new poll pronouncing Missouri's proper pronunciation. Saturday Night Live has named comedian Nate Bargatze as the host of the October 28th episode, and that means he'll have to reschedule his St. Louis stop of his Be Funny tour. And this guy is very funny. Bargatze was set to perform 3 shows next week at the Fabulous Fox. They've been moved now to June. Do you say Missouri or Missouri? A new poll from St. Louis University and YouGov found that more than 90% of Missouri voters say they live in Missouri. The poll found Missouri is more prevalent with people over the age of 65 and in the northwestern part of the state, and sometimes with some of our politicians. And there you have it, 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. and have a great tomorrow.